Today I want to start with a new subject called data structures, and if I get your full support throughout this journey, then I guarantee you that no one will be able to stop you from becoming a master in this subject. Before we even touch the word data structure, we must first understand what data means. The dictionary says that data refers to quantities, characters or symbols, on which a computer can perform operations. These can also be stored and sent around as electrical signals, and saved inside different types of storage devices like magnetic or optical ones. For example, imagine two numbers on which we perform an operation like adding or subtracting. Since we are operating on them, storing them, and sending them when needed, they clearly behave like data. But now comes an important question, which is, how does data become information? Many people mix these two words, but they are not the same. For example, if I show you a jumbled group of letters, you will have no clue what it means. But suppose you process this jumbled group, reverse its order, suddenly it forms a readable sentence. Now it has a meaning, right? This meaningful form of data is called information. So whenever data is arranged or organized in a clear and systematic way, it becomes meaningful and turns into information. This tells us something very important. If we want our raw data to turn into useful information, we need to manage and process it properly. For that, we must first arrange it neatly so that it produces meaning instead of confusion. And for that systematic arrangement, we need data structures, because data structures teach us the best ways to organize, store, and access our data. So, a data structure is simply a systematic way of organizing data so that it can be used efficiently. Efficiently here means saving both time and space. A classic example of a data structure is an array. An array is like a list that stores items such as characters, integers, or floating-point numbers which are nothing but decimals. For example, imagine you want to store the ages of 100 students. If you try to store each age in a separate variable like age 1, age 2, age 3, and so on up to age 100, it becomes messy and almost impossible to manage. Instead, you create one single array called ages, and inside this one array, you neatly place all 100 ages, one after another, in order. That is why arrays are so helpful. They keep everything organized in one clean, structured place. Let us now look at some real-life places where data structures silently help us every day. First example is the undo and redo buttons we use in so many apps like Google Docs, PowerPoint, or Microsoft Word. Behind these features, the hero is the stack data structure. A stack always works with the rule that whatever goes in last comes out first. When you type something like BrainStation makes amazing YouTube videos, every character you type gets stored one by one inside an undo stack. So, if you press Ctrl-Z or undo, the last item you typed is removed from the undo stack and moved to the redo stack. That is why that part disappears from your document. If you press Ctrl-Y, that same item comes back from the redo stack to the undo stack and reappears in the document. This is how undo and redo work behind the scenes. Another common example is how images are stored as bitmap images. A bitmap image is made up of tiny dots called pixels. Each pixel is a small square that has some color value. Now these colors are arranged in a matrix or a pattern that has rows and columns to form a full picture. When all those colors are arranged properly, you finally see the complete picture, like this. So here, an array is again the hero. Now let us see how friend connections are stored in social networking sites like Facebook. Suppose Oliver is friends with George and also friends with Amelia. George is also friends with Sophie and Amelia. But Oliver and Sophie are not friends. This entire network of who is connected with whom is stored using something called a graph data structure. Here, each person becomes a point in the graph, And a friendship becomes a connection, which is shown using an edge between 2 points. Graphs make it super easy to store and explore such relationships. So by now, you can see why data structures are super important. They appear everywhere, in apps, in images, in social networks, and they help us every single day. That is why they are so popular in the industry, and this is the reason companies value this subject so much. Now, if you want me to continue making videos on this subject, then just let me know by commenting "More DS." If I get 4,000 likes, then it will motivate me to keep going and make the next part. So good.